Hello, my friend. Welcome. Let me tell you something that might make you uncomfortable, but it is true. You are not living your life. Your mind is living it for you. Every day, your mind tells you what to do, what to worry about, what to fear, what to want, what to avoid. You think you are in control, but you are not. Your mind is the master. You are the servant. Your mind says, I'm tired, and you stop working. Your mind says, I'm bored, and you grab your phone. Your mind says, I can't do this, and you give up. Your mind says, what if I fail, and you never start. You think this is normal. You think this is just how life is, but it is not. This is slavery, mental slavery, and most people live their entire lives as prisoners in their own heads. But here is the truth, the beautiful, powerful truth. You can change this. You can become the master. You can discipline your mind. You can control your thoughts. You can take back your life. In the next 45 minutes, I will share with you a story, an ancient story, a transformative story. It is about a young man whose undisciplined mind destroyed everything he touched: his work, his relationships, his dreams, his peace. But he met someone who taught him the art of mental discipline, the power of mind control. Not magic, not secrets, just practice, just training, just daily discipline. And in 30 days he became a completely different person, from chaos to clarity, from weakness to power, from prisoner to master. This story will teach you how to do the same, how to take control of the wild animal living in your head, how to finally become free. So please stay with me until the end, because this might be the most important thing you ever learn. Let's begin. This is not motivation. This is not philosophy. This is mental training. Practical, powerful, proven. The techniques you will learn have been used by monks, warriors, leaders, and masters for thousands of years. And if you want to stop being controlled by your thoughts, if you want to achieve your goals without quitting, if you want real power in your life, subscribe to our channel right now, because we bring you the most transformative wisdom stories in the world. Stories that train your mind while building your English. Stories that change you from the inside out. Now, let me take you to where this journey begins. There was a young man. His name was David. David was 28 years old. He had a job. He had an apartment. He had everything he needed to succeed. But David's life was falling apart, slowly, painfully, completely. The problem was not his circumstances. The problem was his mind. David's mind was like a wild horse, running everywhere, never stopping, never quiet, never controlled. Every morning, David woke up with plans. Today I will work on my project. Today I will exercise. Today I will focus. Today I will be productive. But by 9 a.m., his mind was already distracted. He would check his phone, then social media, then news, then messages, then videos. Just 5 minutes, his mind would say. But 5 minutes became 30. 30 became 2 hours. By noon, David felt guilty, ashamed, weak. Why can't I focus? He would ask himself. Why am I so weak? Why do I always fail? But these questions only made things worse, because asking them was like feeding poison to his mind. At work, David could not concentrate. His mind jumped from thought to thought like a monkey jumping from branch to branch. "What if I lose my job?" his mind would whisper. "What if they think I am incompetent? What if I fail this project? What if? Fear, worry, anxiety, all day, every day. David tried to work, but his mind was louder than his will. In relationships, it was even worse. David could not be present. When his girlfriend talked to him, he would hear her words, but his mind was somewhere else, thinking about work, thinking about problems, thinking about the past, thinking about the future. Never here, never now, never present. "David, are you listening to me?" she would ask. "Yes, sorry, I'm listening," he would lie. But she knew. Everyone knew. David was always lost in his own mind, a prisoner in his own head. At night, David could not sleep. His mind would not let him. "You wasted today. You're falling behind. Everyone is better than you. You're a failure. You'll never succeed. Time is running out." The voice never stopped, never, and David had no defense against it. He tried everything: motivational videos, self-help books, apps, meditation apps that he downloaded but never used. Nothing worked, because David was treating symptoms, not the disease. The disease was simple but serious: an undisciplined mind, an untrained mind, a mind that controlled him instead of being controlled. One evening, David broke down. He sat on his floor, he put his head in his hands, and he cried. "I hate my mind," he whispered. "I hate these thoughts. I hate feeling like this. I want to change, but I don't know how." In that moment of complete despair, his phone rang. It was an old number, unknown. He almost didn't answer, but something made him pick up. "Hello," David said, his voice tired. "Is this David?" a calm, deep voice asked. "Yes." "My name is Master Chen. I am a friend of your grandfather. He asked me to check on you before he passed away. He said you might need guidance one day." David felt tears again. His grandfather had died 2 years ago. They were very close. I don't understand," David said. "Your grandfather told me you have a brilliant mind, but he worried it might become your prison instead of your power. Was he right?" David was quiet for a long moment. Then, yes, he was right. "Then come see me tomorrow," Master Chen said. "I will teach you what your grandfather wanted you to learn: how to discipline your mind, how to control your thoughts, how to become the master." "Is it really possible?" David asked, hope and doubt fighting in his voice. "It is not only possible," Master Chen said, "it is necessary. If you want to live freely, if you want to achieve anything, if you want peace, you must learn this skill. Will you come?" David took a deep breath. "Yes, I will come." "Good. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., I will send you the address. Be on time. Mental discipline begins with time discipline." And the line silent. David sat there, holding his phone, feeling something he had not felt in years: hope. The next morning, David arrived at Master Chen's house at exactly 6 a.m. It was a simple house, quiet, peaceful, nothing like David expected. Master Chen opened the door. He was an old man, maybe 70 years old, but his eyes were sharp, alert, powerful. "You are on time,"
Master Chen said. Good. That means part of you already wants discipline. Come in. They sat in a room with no furniture, just cushions on the floor, a window showing a small garden. Master Chen, began David, I need help. My mind is out of control. I cannot focus. I cannot stop worrying. I cannot be present. It's destroying my life. Master Chen listened in silence. Then he spoke. David, before you can control your mind, you must first see your mind. This is the first principle, awareness. I don't understand, David said. Most people, Master Chen explained, live their entire lives without ever observing their own thoughts. Thoughts come and go like clouds. They believe every thought. They obey every thought. They never question, is this thought true? Is this thought helpful? Is this thought mine, or is it just noise? He continued, you cannot control what you cannot see. So first, you must learn to watch your mind, to observe it, like watching a river flow. You don't jump in the river, you stand on the bank and watch. David was confused. But how do I watch my mind? My mind is me. No, Master Chen said firmly, your mind is not you. Your mind is a tool, like your hand. You can watch your hand move, yes? You can see it. Your mind is the same. You can watch it think. Master Chen taught David the first exercise. Sit comfortably. Close your eyes. For 5 minutes, just notice your thoughts. Don't judge them. Don't try to stop them. Just notice. When a thought comes, say silently, thinking. That's all. Just label it. Thinking, thinking, thinking. That's it? David asked. That's it, Master Chen confirmed. This simple practice will change everything, because once you can see your thoughts, you realize something powerful. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching the thoughts. David closed his eyes. He tried to observe his thoughts. Immediately his mind exploded with noise. This is stupid. This won't work. I'm wasting time. I should be working. What if... David caught himself. Thinking, he said silently. More thoughts came. I'm hungry. I wonder what... Thinking. This is hard. Am I doing it right? Maybe I... Thinking. For 5 minutes, David sat there, watching, labeling, separating himself from his thoughts for the first time in his life. When he opened his eyes, he felt strange, lighter, calmer. How do you feel? Master Chen asked. Different, David said. I noticed my mind never stops. Thoughts just keep coming, like a river, like you said. Yes, Master Chen nodded. And now you know something most people never learn. Thoughts are automatic. They come without permission. You cannot stop them from coming, but you can choose whether to believe them, whether to follow them. This is the beginning of control. Master Chen gave David his homework. Every morning and every evening, sit for 5 minutes, watch your thoughts, label them, thinking, build the muscle of awareness. After 7 days, come back. I will teach you the second principle.
For 7 days, David practiced. Every morning at 6 a.m., before work, he sat on his cushion. He closed his eyes. He watched his mind. Thinking, thinking, thinking. Every evening at 9 p.m., before sleep, he did it again. Thinking, thinking, thinking. The first 3 days were hard, very hard. His mind resisted. This is boring. This is useless. You're wasting time. Nothing is changing. But David kept going, because something was changing. Something subtle,
but powerful. By day 4, David noticed something interesting. At work, when worry thoughts came, "What if I fail?" he could now see them. Before, he would just feel anxious. He would believe the thought automatically. But now, a small gap appeared, a tiny space between the thought and his reaction. "What if I fail?" And David would notice, "Oh, that's just a thought. That's not real. That's just my mind creating scenarios." The thought still came, but it had less power over him. By day 7, something remarkable happened. David was in a meeting at work. His boss was criticizing a project David worked on. Old David would have panicked, would have felt shame, fear, anger, would have spent the whole day ruminating about it. But new David noticed what was happening in his mind. "He thinks I'm incompetent. Everyone is judging me. I'm going to lose my job." Thoughts, just thoughts, not facts, not truth, just mental noise. David took a deep breath. He stayed calm. He listened to the feedback. He responded professionally. After the meeting, his colleague said, "David, you handled that really well. You seemed so calm." David smiled. For the first time in his life, he had not been controlled by his thoughts. He had watched them, seen them, and chosen not to obey them. That evening he returned to Master Chen's house. "How was your week?" Master Chen asked. "Transformative," David said. "I can see my thoughts now. I can see that they are not me. I can see that most of them are not even true. This changes everything." Master Chen smiled. "Good. You have built the foundation. You are no longer unconscious. Now you are ready for the second principle, rejection." Before we continue David's transformation, I want to ask you something. Have you ever noticed that your thoughts control you? That your mind creates problems that don't exist? That you believe everything your mind tells you? If this story is opening your eyes, if you are seeing yourself in David's journey, please do something. Like this video, and write in the comments, "I am not my thoughts." Your words have power. When you declare this, you begin to separate yourself from your mental noise. And your feedback helps me create better stories for you. Now, let's continue, because David is about to learn the most powerful technique of all.
Awareness is the first step, Master Chen said. But awareness alone is not enough. You must also learn rejection. Rejection? David asked. Yes. Most people think they must accept every thought that enters their mind. They think thoughts are important. They think thoughts are true. But this is wrong. Most thoughts are garbage, useless, harmful, and you must learn to reject them. Master Chen taught David a powerful truth. Your mind is like a house. Every day, thousands of visitors knock on your door. Some visitors are helpful, some are harmful. You cannot stop them from knocking, but you can choose whether to open the door. You can choose whether to invite them in. This is rejection. He explained the types of thoughts to reject. Worry thoughts, thoughts about problems that don't exist yet. What if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if something bad happens? These thoughts create suffering about imaginary futures. Reject them. Rumination thoughts, thoughts that repeat the past over and over. Why did I do that? How could I be so stupid? I should have said this instead. The past is gone. These thoughts change nothing. Reject them. Comparison thoughts, thoughts that compare you to others. They are better than me. They have it easier. I'm not good enough. These thoughts poison your peace. Reject them. Catastrophic thoughts, thoughts that exaggerate everything. This is the worst thing ever. Everything is ruined. I can't handle this.
These thoughts make small problems into giant monsters. Reject them. But how do I reject them? David asked. They feel so real, so powerful. Master Chen taught him the rejection technique. When an unhelpful thought appears, you do 3 things. First, label it. This is a worry thought. Second, dismiss it. I don't need this thought right now. Third, redirect. Think about something useful instead. He gave David a specific practice. Every time you notice a negative thought, write it down. Then, next to it, write whether it's worry, rumination, comparison, or catastrophe. Then write 1 sentence of rejection. Do this for 7 days. Train your mind to see garbage thoughts and throw them away. That week, David practiced intensely. He carried a small notebook everywhere. Thought, what if I mess up this presentation? Type, worry. Rejection, I don't need to create imaginary failures. I'll prepare and do my best. Thought, why did I say something so stupid yesterday? Type, rumination. Rejection, the past is done. This thought changes nothing. Let it go. Thought, everyone else is more successful than me. Type, comparison. Rejection, their journey is not my journey. I focus on my own path. Thought, if this doesn't work out, my whole life is over. Type, catastrophe. Rejection, this is one event, not my entire life. I can handle whatever happens. Day by day, David's mental landscape changed. His mind still produced negative thoughts, but they had less power, less control, less reality. Because David was no longer a passive receiver of thoughts, he was an active gatekeeper. He decided what entered his mental house and what stayed outside. After another week, David returned to Master Chen. I feel more in control, David said. I can reject unhelpful thoughts now, but there's still something missing. My mind still wanders. Even when I reject bad thoughts, I don't know what to focus on instead. Ah, Master Chen said, then you are ready for the 3rd principle, direction. It is not enough to watch your mind. It is not enough to reject bad thoughts. You must also train your mind where to focus. You must give it direction, purpose, orders. Master Chen explained with a metaphor. Imagine a powerful dog. If you never train the dog, it runs wild. It destroys things. It doesn't listen. But if you train the dog, it becomes loyal, helpful, useful. Your mind is the same. You must train it to go where you want, to focus on what you choose. He taught David 3 direction techniques. Direction technique 1, the morning command. Every morning when you wake, before checking your phone, before doing anything, sit for 1 minute. Close your eyes. Give your mind 3 clear intentions for the day. Today, I will 1. Complete my project, 2. Be present with Sarah, and 3. Stay calm under pressure. This programs your mind. It gives it direction before the chaos of the day begins. Direction technique 2, the focus trigger. When you sit down to work, before you start, take 3 deep breaths. On each breath, say 1 word that describes how you want to work. Focused, calm, productive. This triggers your mind into the right state. It's like warming up before exercise. Direction technique 3, the return command. During the day, your mind will wander. That's normal. But every time you notice wandering, you use a return command, a simple phrase that brings you back. Back to now, eyes here, this moment. Use the same command every time. Train your mind to respond to it. David practiced these techniques religiously. Every morning, today I will complete my work, be present with Sarah, and stay calm. Before work, focused, calm, productive. 3 breaths, 3 words. During the day, mind wanders to worry, back to now. Mind jumps to distraction, back to now. Within days, David noticed a dramatic change. His work improved, his productivity doubled, not because he worked harder, but because he worked focused. His girlfriend noticed too. "David, you're different lately. You actually listen to me now. You're here, present. Thank you." David realized something profound. Mental discipline was not about stopping thoughts. It was about directing them, like steering a car. The car has power, but you choose where it goes.
3 weeks into David's training, Master Chen taught him something more advanced. You have learned awareness. You have learned rejection. You have learned direction. Now, you must learn stillness. "What is stillness?" David asked. "Stillness," Master Chen said slowly, "is the space between thoughts. It is the silence beneath the noise. It is the calm at the center of the storm. Most people never experience it, but it is always there, waiting." He explained further. Right now, thoughts come one after another, like cars on a busy highway. Your mind never rests, but between each thought there is a tiny gap, a moment of no thought, of pure silence, of stillness. That gap, Master Chen continued, is your true home. It is where real peace lives. And you can learn to make that gap bigger, longer, deeper. Master Chen taught David the stillness practice. Sit in meditation, but this time, instead of labeling thoughts, you do something different. You focus completely on your breath. Every time you breathe in, you notice. Every time you breathe out, you notice. And when a thought comes, you don't label it. You just return to the breath, gently, patiently, over and over. "What happens eventually?" David asked. "Eventually," Master Chen said with a mysterious smile, "there is a moment, just 1 second, maybe 2, where no thought appears. Just breathing, just being, just stillness. And in that moment, you touch something eternal, something unchanging, something free." "That sounds impossible," said David. "Try it," Master Chen replied. "Every day, 20 minutes, for the next week. Don't expect anything. Don't force anything. Just sit, breathe, return to breath when thoughts come, and see what happens." David practiced diligently. The first few days, nothing happened. His mind was as busy as ever. But on day 4, something shifted. David was sitting, breathing. A thought came. He returned to breath. Another thought. Returned to breath. Again and again. And then, nothing. 3 seconds of pure, empty, peaceful nothing. No thought. No worry, no planning, no anything. Just breath, just being, just now. In those 3 seconds, David experienced something he had never experienced before. True peace, complete peace, peace that was not dependent on his circumstances, peace that existed beneath everything. When the session ended, David opened his eyes with tears streaming down his face. That evening, he told Master Chen what happened. Master Chen nodded knowingly. "You have tasted stillness. Now you know it exists. Now you know that beneath all the mental noise, there is a place of perfect calm. You can return to this place any time, in meetings, in traffic, in arguments, in chaos. This is true power." On David's 4th week with Master Chen, something difficult happened.
David had a terrible day at work. Everything went wrong. Deadlines missed, client angry, boss disappointed. Old David would have panicked, would have spiraled into catastrophic thinking, would have lost sleep for a week. But David tried to use his techniques: awareness, rejection, direction, stillness. And it didn't work. His mind overwhelmed him. The thoughts were too strong, too fast, too many. That evening, David went to Master Chen feeling defeated. "Master Chen, I failed. I tried everything you taught me, but today my mind took over again. All my training disappeared. I'm not strong enough. I'll never be able to control my mind." Master Chen listened calmly. Then he asked a simple question. "Did you expect to be perfect after 1 month?" David was silent. "Let me tell you something important," Master Chen said. "Mental discipline is not a destination. It is a practice. You don't achieve it once and then you're done forever. You practice it every day for your whole life." He continued, "Some days will be easy. Some days will be hard. Some days you will feel like a master. Some days you will feel like a beginner. This is normal. This is the path." Master Chen taught David the fifth principle: patience. Patience is not passive waiting. Patience is active persistence. It means you continue practicing even when you don't see immediate results, even when you fail, even when it feels pointless. He shared a story. A student once asked his teacher, "How long until I master meditation?" The teacher said, 10 years. The student said, "What if I practice twice as hard?" The teacher said, 20 years. Why? Because impatience itself is an obstacle. When you demand quick results, you create tension, and tension blocks progress. "But I want to be better," protested David. "And you will be," Master Chen assured him, "but not through force, through patience, through consistency, through showing up every day, even on bad days, and continuing the practice." He gave David a new perspective. Think of mental discipline like physical training. If you go to the gym once, do you have muscles? No. If you go for a week, do you have muscles? Barely. If you go for 3 months, yes, you start to see results. If you go for 3 years, you become strong. Your mind is the same. 1 month is just the beginning, but already you are different from the person you were 30 days ago. Give it time. Give it patience. Give it consistency. David realized his mistake. He had been expecting instant mastery, perfect control, no more bad days. But that was unrealistic. That was the impatient mind creating another impossible standard. "So I just keep practicing?" David asked. "Yes," Master Chen confirmed. "Every day, morning meditation, throughout the day using your techniques, even when it's hard, even when you fail, especially when you fail, because failure is part of learning. Patience with yourself is the ultimate discipline." On the 30th day, David met Master Chen for the last time. "How do you feel?" Master Chen asked. "Different," David said. "Not perfect, but different. Stronger, more in control, more at peace." "Tell me," Master Chen said, "what have you learned?" David thought carefully. Then he spoke. "I learned that I am not my thoughts. I am the observer of thoughts. This is awareness. I learned that not every thought deserves my attention. I can reject unhelpful thoughts. This is rejection. I learned that I can choose where my mind focuses. I can give it direction and purpose. This is direction. I learned that beneath all thoughts there is stillness, a peaceful place I can always return to. This is stillness. And I learned that mastery takes time, that I must be patient with myself, that consistent practice matters more than perfect performance. This is patience." Master Chen smiled with pride. "Yes, you understand. Now let me show you how these 5 principles work together as one complete system. He drew a simple diagram, the 5 pillars of mental discipline. Awareness is the foundation. Without seeing your thoughts, you cannot control them. This is where everyone must begin. Rejection is the protection. It keeps harmful thoughts from taking root. It's your mental immune system. Direction is the power. It transforms your mind from a wild animal into a trained ally. It gives you focus and purpose. Stillness is the refuge. When you need peace, when you need clarity, you return to stillness. It recharges you. And patience is the thread. It holds everything together. It keeps you practicing when things get hard. It sustains the journey. Master Chen explained how they work together. Every morning, you use awareness to observe your mental state. You use direction to set your intentions. Throughout the day, you use awareness to catch unhelpful thoughts. You use rejection to dismiss them. You use direction to refocus. When you feel overwhelmed, you use stillness to find calm. And through it all, you use patience to continue the practice without judgment. This is not 5 separate practices, Master Chen emphasized. This is one complete system, like 5 fingers on one hand. Together, they create power. Separately, they are incomplete. David felt everything click into place. He finally understood. Mental discipline was not one technique. It was a way of relating to his mind, a daily practice, a lifelong journey. "What happens now?" David asked. "Now," Master Chen said, "you continue alone. You are your own master now. But remember, mastery is not the absence of struggle. Mastery is knowing what to do when struggle appears."
3 months after beginning his training with Master Chen, David's life had completely transformed. At work, he received a promotion. His boss said, "David, I don't know what changed, but you're a different person. Focused, calm, productive. We need more people like you." But David knew the secret. It wasn't that he became smarter or more talented. He just learned to control his attention. And attention is everything. In his relationship, things were better than ever. Sarah said to him one evening, "David, I'm so proud of you. You're present now. When we talk, you actually listen. When we're together, you're actually here. That's all I ever wanted." David smiled. "I was always here. I just wasn't in control of my mind. Now I am." But the biggest change was internal. Inside David's mind, there was peace. Not constant peace, not perfect peace, but access to peace. When worry came, he saw it. That's just a worry thought. I don't need it right now. When his mind wandered, he brought it back to now. When stress appeared, he found stillness. 3 deep breaths, return to the center. David was no longer a slave to his thoughts. He was the master. His mind was the servant. He still had bad days, days when the techniques didn't work perfectly, days when his mind overwhelmed him. But even on bad days, he knew what to do. Return to the practice. Return to the 5 principles. Return to patience. One day, David received a call from an old friend he hadn't spoken to in years. "David, I heard you're doing really well now. I'm struggling with the same things you used to struggle with. Anxiety, distraction, can't focus, can't sleep. Do you have any advice?" David smiled, and he told his friend the same thing Master Chen told him. "Your mind is not your enemy. It's just untrained, and I can teach you how to train it, if you're willing to practice, if you're willing to be patient with yourself, if you're willing to change." His friend said yes.
And David became what Master Chen was for him, a guide, a teacher, a holder of wisdom that must be passed forward. Because that's how mental discipline spreads, not through books alone, not through videos alone, but through people teaching people, through transformation, inspiring transformation.
And now, my friend, let me give you the complete system, the 5 principles that David learned, the 5 principles that will discipline your mind and give you control over your thoughts. Principle 1. Awareness. Learn to observe your thoughts without becoming them. Practice. Sit for 5 minutes daily. Watch your thoughts. Label them thinking. Build the muscle of mental observation. Principle 2. Rejection. Learn to dismiss unhelpful thoughts. 4 types to reject: worry, imaginary futures; rumination, unchangeable past; comparison, poisonous measuring; catastrophe, exaggerated disasters. Practice. When negative thoughts appear, label the type, then actively reject. I don't need this thought right now. Principle 3. Direction. Learn to focus your mind deliberately. 3 techniques. Morning command. Set 3 daily intentions. Focus trigger. 3 breaths, 3 words before work. Return command. Bring wandering mind back with the same phrase, back to now. Principle 4. Stillness. Learn to access the peaceful space between thoughts. Practice. 20 minutes daily. Focus completely on breath. When thoughts come, gently return to breath. Don't force, don't expect. Just practice. Eventually, gaps of pure stillness appear. Principle 5. Patience. Learn to continue practicing even when progress feels slow. Remember, mental discipline is a lifetime practice, not a one-time achievement. Bad days are part of the path. Consistency matters more than perfection. These 5 principles work together as one complete system, not separate techniques, one integrated practice of mental mastery. Use them daily, use them together, use them patiently, and watch your life transform, not overnight, but steadily, powerfully, permanently. My friend, you have heard David's story. From mental chaos to mental discipline, from slave to master, from prisoner to free. This transformation is available to you right now, today, this moment. You don't need years, you don't need perfect conditions, you don't need to be special. You just need to begin. To practice the 5 principles, to be patient with yourself, to show up every day. Your undisciplined mind has controlled you for long enough. It has stolen your focus. It has created unnecessary suffering. It has kept you from your potential. But that ends now, today, with this knowledge, with this system, with this commitment. If this story awakened something in you, if you're ready to take back control of your life, subscribe to our channel right now. We are building a community of mental warriors, people who refuse to be slaves to their thoughts, people who practice daily discipline, people who know that mind control is self-control. Save this video, watch it monthly. Let David's journey remind you that transformation is possible, that discipline is learnable, that you have the power to master your mind. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer. You are the master. You are the one in control. And when you master your mind, you master your life.
Today, before sleep, sit for 5 minutes. Watch your thoughts. Just watch. Tomorrow morning, set 3 intentions for your day. Give your mind direction. When negative thoughts come, reject them. I don't need this thought. When your mind wanders, return it back to now. When chaos overwhelms, find stillness. 3 deep breaths. Be patient with yourself. Keep practicing every single day. Discipline your mind. Control your thoughts. Master yourself. And most of all, remember, you are not your mind's prisoner. You are its master. Thank you for listening. Let's grow together.